Fire away for Coach.
All right, questions.
Coach, what's your best my coach story?
So I got to meet Coach Leach. He was recruiting. I had a couple of receivers, Quincy Adebayo and DeMarcus Lodge. And I'll never forget, Coach Dykes called me and he said, listen, we're on a really tight schedule. You can tell there's 3 South Dallas teams in the state championship, so there's obviously a lot of talent, and that's how it was whenever he was there. He goes, so I'm on a really tight schedule. I got to go to a bunch of schools. Don't ask him any questions. And so I said, okay, I got you. And he goes through and he's watching us work out, and he watches my receivers work out. And right before they're getting ready to leave, I started asking him about the weather. And Sonny looked at me and he was like, God dang, Joey. And of course, 20 minutes later, he left. And so just a tough day for definitely Mississippi State and their football team and college football. But, we were just talking as a team. It's a tough day for West Texas, man. He did a lot for this university.
Coach, a lot going into bowl game prep. How do you look at Ole Miss and offensively and defensively prepare you guys for it?
Really good. I mean, I think Air Force is the only team that has outrushed them, as a whole on the season. So they're really good on offense. They've got 2 dynamic running backs. I think we're lucky that we play in the Big 12, to where we've placed Robinson at Texas and Deuce at K-State, and we faced some really good running backs. But these 2 guys, they've produced a lot of yards. One's like 1,500, and the other one's close to 1,000. So we've got to start out stopping the run. The tough thing is the quarterback is a dual threat guy and can throw the ball, and they've got really good receivers. And so, I mean, it's going to be tough because they're really good on offense. Defensively, it helps because this is probably our 5th time to face a structure like this. They're an odd stack, so North Carolina State, K-State, Iowa State are teams like them, and so that helps. But they're really athletic on defense. It's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a test for us, and our guys are excited. We started today. We've been practicing. We've had like 6 practices, but today was the first day that we've prepped for Ole Miss.
What's the best way to combat rust when you have so much time in between games?
Our guys have done a good job on their own. Like Tyler and Barron throwing the receivers. We've had a lot of guys come into the weight room and run, and so that's one way. But we have had practices. They might only been an hour long, but before we left, we had 3 practices, 2 with the vets. Before that, we had 3 developmental practices. So our guys, have hit a little bit. Today, you could tell just in, they're not totally in the football shape that they usually are, but the energy was there, so that was good. We'll have plenty of practices. I think we have like 7 to 8 practices that we could get in before we play.
We just saw Roderick there. I guess what's his status? I know you mentioned Barron. What's his status going in?
100%. Both of them are in great shape. As far as physically, both of them was ankles. Roderick ran last week whenever the vets conditioned. He was full speed today. Same thing with Barron. In fact, Barron pulled one down during team compete and looked really good running. I was like, "You feel a lot better, don't you?" He said, "Yeah, I feel a lot better." So he's getting closer and closer. I'd say he's probably about 90% as far as running, but ready to go. So it's good to have him.
Heard any players that don't want to play in the bowl or anything like that, or is everything kind of good in that?
No, everything's good, man. All our guys, they're with us. They're playing. It's good. All our vets are playing. Muddy's excited. Krishan's excited. Kosai. And the good thing is we're playing a really good football team. So it's another, these guys that have aspirations to play on Sunday, they're playing some really good football players that are going to be able to play on Sunday. So it just gives them another opportunity to put good stuff on tape for the scouts to watch.
Speaking of tape, are you going to put different words on your hat every day?
This is my Tuesday hat, which today's Wednesday, so tomorrow will be my Wednesday hat, which is our normal day, and it says alignment and assignment. So I started doing this week 1 coming out of camp, and just, usually the first day of the week practice is a big effort practice, and so they'll have alignment and assignment tomorrow, and then I'll start back over with effort. Those are the 2 that I wear. Anybody else?
Which
Reggie entered the portal. Thoughts on that? Obviously it's just part of the game, I guess, these days.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to his question. We've got all the guys that are on this roster that are ready to play Ole Miss. We feel good. Next week's a huge week for us, and for signing day, we feel great about our class. We feel great about guys that are coming in, and we feel really good about. Mudd will start at star. Rabbit will start at free safety, and then Tyler Owens will start at boundary safety. And he started against Oklahoma State before he hurt his shoulder, so we feel good about those guys that we have on defense.
A lot of people say the bowl season doesn't matter. What can you get out of the victory? What can that do for you guys from?
Well, we talk a lot about memories that we're still making as a family, and so a lot of these guys, it's their last time. Like, Muddy, this is going to be his last time, to be on the field. So a lot of it today, I know that we talk about that coming out here. And then there's going to be some young guys that, are going to get some reps on special teams. They're getting a lot of reps and different things we're doing, trying to develop those guys and take advantage of the extra bowl practices. And then I think a bowl can really catapult you into your off season. And that's what we're using it for. I think one thing about this bowl, it's going to be an exciting bowl to watch because even though we have a lot of veterans, we are very young on offense, very young on offense. And Ole Miss, when you look at them, they have a lot of young players, and so I think you're going to have a lot of guys in this bowl that play to where you're going to have other bowls that people opt out for different reasons. And so this should be a really competitive game.